Hey guys, Matty here. Wanted to show you some gameplay for my Command Iden deck list. The follow up on the deck tech I just did. Here's a TTI match, league match against Drell playing Command Boba. Obviously the deck that I am trying to beat with my iteration of Iden. I think this match really shows a wide range of strategies and issues that come up in the matchup. So I thought this would be a good one to highlight. So yeah, just gonna jump right into it. Drell, being the high roller he is, kicks my butt in the roll, takes the initiative. I shipped this one back, even though it has some good cards, because against Boba, and it's reassuring knowing he also shipped, but against Boba, I really want to get ramp. I need my Iden to come out as close as I can to his Boba Fett, and I need a Vader again to come out as close as I can to his big Boba turn. So that's the strategy there. Viper Droid is outclassed by a lot of their 2-drops. If I would not, I don't even remember what I mulled, but or what I resourced, but I think that, okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna claim and ramp. So pretty interesting decision there. I guess I was thinking, I'm ramping, so I don't want to completely lose Dooku, but realistically, I need Vader, so I don't think it would matter too much. Maybe the 3-drop would have been fine. But like I said, and the thing with resupply is interesting. Like, it could be dead weight, but you need to get to 7 as quick as possible, or you're going to be just so far behind. Obviously, you're kind of hurting if he waylays, but I found that ECLing too early is kind of a blowout. So, okay, so he's ramping it up. I claim he has no voice right now, so I'm a little over the top with some of my gestures, just because I want to be abundantly clear what I'm trying to do. And there's the Vader. So now we're feeling pretty good. Death Trooper, even though it's again really good against his good. Yeah, pulled that back just in time. Patrolcraft's a good call there because I have the Dooku to kill the 3-2 ship that I'm worried about. It's probably just going to slow me down. So this is a nice turn because I can get the double ramp if I need it. I also have ECL online. This is where you want to be against turn 5 Boba. His boss becomes a little worse. And he can't just rush out the Boba Fett because I could, power the dark side. So he passed. And so now, again, I'm not giving him anything to kick out of the battlefield. So he's a little clearer, but I'm just gonna Vader next turn and be in good shape. Honestly, I don't even know if this plays right. I can get punished pretty bad by Boba into Bosk. But I'm at 3, so if Iden dies here, I'm not too sad, right? Because Vader will come in, wipe up the board. I'm at a high enough life total where I don't need the mass heal from Iden. And again, I have Dooku and Ruck. I have the bodies. So I'm almost fine baiting out some of the, removal he'll have or the tap down or whatever. But I guess worst thing, and I think he does play the... Oh, yeah, ECL. Okay, yeah. It's interesting, this turn could have, went poorly for me, but my hits are going to just keep coming. So Iden here is, you're fine losing her. So now he can kill my Iden and play, a Boba Fett. That's probably the scariest thing. Okay, he plays the ship. Yep, so we're chilling. Yeah, he's got to kill Iden here, I'd imagine. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know what's his hand. I think he's probably just thinking he has to race. I don't know why. Not killing Iden there seems a touch greedy, in my opinion. Because you got to admit, if he does that, I guess I could just Dooku here. But Vader, I think you're just always playing Vader. The thing I'm scared about right now is Fire Spray, because I don't have any removal for it. That's something I see here, and I'm like, oh, this could get bad quick. Luckily, I'm on 7 resources, and I got a reinforcement walker in hand, and he didn't kill my Iden, which means a fire spray, while bad, I have a chance against. But this is exactly why you prioritize the ramp, and it's shown from that mulligan and that, hand I got. And yep, Death Trooper, see you later, buddy. That's a play you're going for every time. So I think, just again, coming back to that opening hand, this is the play I had in mind, 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago. And when you're playing Iden, these are the decisions that are going to either make you successful or make you have a little bit of growing pains with the deck. Because if you're not able to see the play lines against certain matchups, maybe you resource the wrong cards or keep the wrong hands, and you're behind. So that comes with experience and just playing it a bunch, and watching videos like these. So I hope this is helpful and informative, and kind of inform your games and make those decisions. But you got to jam it into a bunch of things and make the wrong decisions. Like in playtesting, I make the wrong decision a lot of times because I'm trying to figure out, okay, what happens if I go down this line? And that's okay in practice, but when you come to these matches that, like, quote unquote mean something, that's where all that work comes in. Yeah, Steadfast. Not as good without ECL, and not as good when your Boba is dead. So that's my one issue with that card. I think it's really good in a lot of matchups, but sometimes it is a bit of a dud. And I think here, you just gotta, I think he's hoping that I trade him with Vader, but obviously it's Ruck all day. And then probably a Death Trooper. Actually, I can ECL Death Trooper, which seems okay. So I could have ECL Death Trooper, which would have let me play my System Patrol Craft. Something to consider. That was a different play line. He can waylay the Patrol Craft, but it would be good against his Fire Spray and obviously the 3-2. Because that, if the Fire Spray attacks into the Patrol Craft, then there's a world where your barrage is a little better or your takedown becomes online. So you got to find cheeky ways that aren't Vanquish sometimes to get rid of a Fire Spray, and that could be one. Luckily, we're at a good life total. He doesn't have a lot of cards in hand, so even if it's a Fire Spray here, okay, barrage, yeah. And, hey, they play good cards too. That's them just a break sometimes. But honestly, barrage is probably the best card for us to see because it's not a Fire Spray, and we're kind of hurting against that card. So I'm going to play the Death Trooper and ping itself just to get a little more pressure. Sometimes when you're focused too much on controlling the board, you forget to, really press, and that's just drawing another Vader is just insane. Sometimes you just got to run good. But pressuring their base is super important because, it lets you close them out. So you'll see that in later in this matchup where pressuring the base becomes, the avenue to victory. So a little foreshadowing. Again, this could all flip on its head if he drops a Fire Spray. So we really have to, start trying to close him out because things can get real bad real fast. Luckily, we have the Walker for some stabilization. We have Vader to pull more pressure. And we have Dooku to kind of just save some health. Dooku, obviously, with the shield and 5 attack. Again, we're drawing now. If he plays Fire Spray, we're live for a barrage. So if we don't draw our Vanquish, we have barrage. And I'm assuming that's what he does here. 6, and he hasn't played it yet. Yeah, that's got to be the bad boy. So as you see, this becomes scary, and this is where earlier the Patrol Craft, instead of the Ruck, could have been the right move. So just, you know, things to consider. You always have to keep Fire Spray in mind against Boba Fett. And Patrol Craft now, if he does attack into it, takedown's live. So you just got to be creative in how you're going to deal with this card, because you can't always rely on drawing the Vanquish or saving the Vanquish, you know. If he has another Barrage, we are sad human beings, because we'll go to 23 and we'll have to really, you know, draw well. So Boba Fett is always live, which is scary. It's such a good deck, and even if you feel favored against it, you have to really put in the time to figure out the matchup. If I didn't make that mulligan decision, this game could have went completely different, and I could have got stomped. All right, he finally kills the Iden. It's interesting if he didn't kill the Iden. If he killed the Iden so long ago, you know, I'm at a few ticks higher on the life total, which could be even scarier. So if you're playing against her, you kind of just have to go ahead and deal with her. Leaving her out there is usually a mistake. Funnily enough, Vader is probably the least scary. Like, you know, it's not that scary for us here. Barrage would have been way worse, because as you know, we don't have the Vanquish, or we don't have the Barrage here to kind of counteract. And you always have to clean up. Same thing with Vader. You always have to clean him up. You can't be getting cute. Kill him when you can. If he claims and barrages or something, that would just be terrible. I will say one of the weaknesses of the Iden deck is the space suite. I just had to read which one it was. I wasn't sure. I mean, I was assuming shoot first, but yeah. So here, there is a world where you just claim, but I do have to pressure the base, so I'm just going to save 3 damage for next turn, and 5 gets me to 21, but then I have a pretty good attack back with the Walker, so, because now I can Walker and power. So if he attacks me right away, I just power, which is great, because then they have to consider that. But if he goes Fire Spray into I power, and then he plays another one, that would be bad. So there's a chance you actually get rid of Vader here, to play around the double Fire Spray. So if I played this match again, I'd probably do that. Interesting that I just go for the heal. I guess I'm thinking I can heal again later with Iden, and he only has 2 cards in hand, but I mean, doing power first might have been better, because then my Vader can clean up the ground with this play line. Let me know what you would do, because that's kind of a tricky one, because you see now he plays another air guy, and I kind of get punished for going right to the Walker Texas Ranger. So I'm going to be in a situation where if he has a 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. 8 is what, 20? Yeah, so 23. I mean, I heal this, so 5, 22. Surprise strike, I think. What is that, 2 or 3? Yeah, I mean, I guess he could have a pump. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, I win. But I think my other play, playing power bet first was the correct decision, and I goofed it. Trying to think about these control decks. I mean, it's very slim margins you're playing on. But if I did do it over again, I would have kicked Vader to the curb, probably kept both. But he didn't draw anything, and I get the win. I'm going to fast forward through a little bit of the sideboarding. Hey guys, quick break from the video. Just wanted to let you know about 50% of you are not subscribed to our channel. So please hit the subscribe button. Ring that bell. You've heard it before. Like, comment, subscribe. Seriously, that would mean a lot to us. It would help us out. We can collaborate together through comments. through private messages to get the best Star Wars Unlimited content before you. That's our goal. That's what's making it fun for us. So take the time. Thanks. Believe I sideboarded incorrectly this game. I went and sideboarded in... I was playing Gideon's in this version. I'm not playing Gideon now, but I still think it's good. This is an interesting one. But we're gonna run through it a little bit. Look at some of the big decisions I made and why they were right or wrong. Star Viper tap down early is for claiming and racing. I think it does that pretty well, and I have the removal to kind of back it up. And luckily, so some people are main decking, make an opening, and I was at a certain point, and I'm flip-flopping between bringing it back in the main deck. This is the case study for it right here. I mean, that ship would normally eat me alive, and now, I have a cheap removal spell that deals with it. So it's good against aggro. It's good against Boba. Definitely something to consider in the main 50, but definitely, it's obviously in the 60. It's just that good. Waylay here really sets me back. I have no ramp, so next turn I am going to be behind. This is not the ideal position against Boba, where you're going to have to play a lot of catch-up. But at least Star Viper, lets me stay in the game a little bit. Yeah, interesting call on the cell block guards. I wonder if that's sideboard or... it seems good against Vader. It's always funny watching your games back. You're kind of like, what was I even thinking here? But that's honestly why you should record your own games, even if you're not going to post them, because watching the decisions you made and analyzing them and figuring out where you went wrong is a huge part of improvement. It's something I know I should do more, and I'm lucky that I'm doing it now because I want to put this online. But I should be doing it as just routine practice. This is going to be a tough turn. My only real answer to his Boba turn is to Traitorous Cell Block card, to just try to get some 2-for-1 value against Greedo and Cell Block guard, and hope to win the attrition war that way with the Star Viper up top. But we're still looking at, a couple turns for Vader to come out. Iden comes out next turn. And I think the other thing I could have done here was to super laser tech out the ECL, the super laser tech, play Iden, clean someone up, and then power. And then I could Vader next turn. That might have been better because... I think Ruck is just going to probably be dead weight in my hand here. And you can't get rid of Vanquish because of the scary ship. So again, watching that back this turn, I think that there was a world where I did it the other way and it would be better. Okay, so Surprise Strike is 3. So yeah, if he drew Surprise Strike last game, I think I was just dead. Better lucky than good, that's for sure. And we saw places where I could have played better, so... Okay, just play some guys. Oh. Yeah, couldn't tell you what that was about. I mean... I think he's okay with that. Avenger, you're just not. Oh, interesting. I'm keeping it. I guess it's a world I get that far. I don't know. Yeah, looking back at this turn, I think the play was actually to ECL Super Laser Tech, play Iden, and have a Vader this turn. But hindsight's 50, what is it called? I almost said 50-50. Hindsight's 20/20. So that's just them the breaks. He is going to be kicking my booty right now. It's funny, is he going to face... I think here there's a world where you ECL out Ruck, or just, it feels, oh, I just passed. Okay. I guess I would let him get to 5, but yeah, he's leaving Iden out. I don't know why. I just play it normal, which it's not terrible to play Ruck, out normal there, but again, I don't know if the right call is to keep my Iden alive, but I guess because he's playing those pumps that he must think he's like gotta really just go to the face. I'll tell you what though, if you were on the fence about Star Viper, I think this is a game where Star Viper has really shown what it can do. So yeah, something to consider. Now that I've gotten to untap with 7, I mean, this is about probably the best you can ever feel. I'm actually surprised I'm still hanging around in this game. I think the Star Viper healing has been really good. And maybe he didn't draw that well so far, because I really thought watching this game back, maybe confusing it with another Boba game I had, I thought I was going to be a real dog since. Okay, he finally gets rid of Star Viper, which makes sense. That thing did a lot of work this game. And this is the perfect time to just flip a Vader. It's got to be Death Trooper, right? I don't know anything else you'd want other than you could go with the Snow Trooper Lieutenant to get a double attack in. But yeah, Death Trooper must be. When you don't see them early, you just know you're going to hit them with your Vader, so you feel pretty good about it. And I actually popped the shield off Ruck to keep my 3/3. Because I didn't think there was a lot to worry about. Yep. I mean, there's a world, I guess, where you're worried about Vader to some extent, but more like a barrage, because he can attack in here with super laser attack, then Vader, and peel back, peel back the ground against me. But with barrage and all that removal in hand, and Iden still hanging out with his shield on, I feel pretty decent. Okay, so it looks like he's setting up to kill Rook. And it looks like he's going to do that Vader play. So, yeah. So what's the worst thing for me if he Vader is Vader kill... Oh, no, Smuggler, okay. Yeah. Maybe, what's his name? Maybe Bosk? A higher end of the luck circumstance because of the fact that we were able to not ramp and play Iden, keep Iden. And now we have a full grip with every answer that he could have. I mean, I don't know a world where he's not. I don't know a world where we're losing this one, to be honest, but you never know. And, people ask why green Iden. Well, I mean, ECL, Barrage, Vader, and Super Laser Tech. Ruck's up there too, but I mean, just those cards alone. I mean, just the inherent power level, you're just going to beat a lot of people. Yeah, and I just chose to beef up Iden because she's the most protected. Pretty stock standard there. I mean, I think if you don't want to do it on Vader, like, it stinks if he dies to another Vader, but Iden's the most insulated, and she can, answer whatever he plays or just go to the face. And he's playing off the top, so, I mean, he's going to have to draw something pretty decent. Okay, and it's Vader. Yeah, it's funny, like, as good as Vader is, Vader off of this, like, in this situation, it isn't that scary. Now, if he was playing Imperial and had a Snow Trooper Lieutenant, that, he could get a pretty good 2-for-1 in. Like, what's the scary? Okay, the ship. Oh, the ship is good. That's actually pretty solid. Okay, Vader kills Vader. I pinged the other Death Trooper, but it doesn't really matter. And 6. And the race is on. I mean, things we're scared of here. It's really just like a successive series of strong cards, because we've cleared through the rough part of the matchup, but it could be like Vader, another Vader into Fire Spray. That's when it could flip back. So you gotta, even when you're up here, you gotta keep your thinking cap on. There's plenty of times where I've stepped off the gas against decks and found myself wondering how I lost. So you just gotta keep, things can change pretty quickly with the power level of these cards. So yeah, Fire Spray. And yeah, I've already attacked the Iden. The Vanquish doesn't really need to do anything. So yep, I'm pretty good shape. He's got a claim, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So a clean 2-0, yeah, clean 2-0 here against Drell. Other than the one thing I saw leaving Iden alive, I thought he played well. Just kind of good matchup for us, and one that I have a lot of experience in. So yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope it was informative. I thought it'd be good for you to see a good player playing a good deck, and just kind of how I went about it. So thanks, guys.